Yeah, you know, looking at LGD's draft, I think it's a good look so far. I'm worried about Midas Terrorblade, but hopefully that doesn't happen. That you guys were right. That was the God King special when he was smiling for newbie. It was.
I'll love me some hand Midas.
I think he played like 13 games, lost all 13 on Terrorblade. It was not working. And yeah, we're gonna go LGD. Pretty common.
I'll join you guys. I've seen EHOME. EHOME has a good draft once again, but I'm a bit worried about the itemize, how it's going to play it out. So LGD it is. Also, this Timbersaw is going to cause a lot of issues. Terrorblade, he's playing Mars, but they don't have the answer for this hero. Like usually that hero can scale, but right now in this, you're a liar.
You guys are lying. Fine. Well, they actually do 5-minute smoke. Okay. That works out. We'll see if they get anything from this 5-minute smoke. It's the first time they've not lied in a while. And ooh, broken on fade. I'm gonna say Innocent's both there. But this isn't gonna turn into a skirmish. Unfortunately. It's
whenever you say nothing to say, I feel like I need to say something. Like I'm just getting baited. I have nothing to say about this item build, so to step in.
I mean, is that what you think about my analytical abilities? That I just always have?
No. I respect that. I respect your Dota knowledge, B-Cop. Don't worry about it. I'm always open up for like experiences to learn something.
God's Rebuke missing on Innocence, who was in the Mars' space. And able to land a God's Rebuke. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a hero so close to the Mars that he avoided the God's Rebuke. Because it seemed like that should have hit. XM on this mid-Mars. It's been a while since we've seen the mid-Mars. Not a hero that we often see mid, but it has been flexed quite a number of times. See how that does. And they're sending Ajit into the off lane, looking for matchup up against this Lycan. Pans out for this TV. No Midas queued up yet. Although there are gloves in the quick buy. I know those aren't going towards the Midas, but we never know. Could be Midas.
It's just power treads, unfortunately, for all the haters out there. So they will have Lycan on the top lane, paired up against Sean. Like this Lycan should have that easy lane. They're sacking the bottom lane because Timbersaw is playing into 2 strength heroes. Should have an easy time, especially when paired up with the Grimstroke.
We're already going in that Metamorphosis, looking for Innocence, who will back up into the trees with that battery assault. So Metamorphosis not the worst to just use here, get some farm, output some damage, get that clockwork backing off. Once it's on cooldown again, I wouldn't be surprised to see LGD go in for potential kill here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Faith Beyond, once it's up to level 4, maybe we see GQ rotate with it.
Oh, for sure. He needs to make a rotation to the top lane, help out the possible Lycan, maybe even get a kill on mid lane. Even pre-level 6 on a Puck, but once Puck gets level 6, I'm going to see a rotation then Clockwork or Grimstroke to secure a kill on the Mars.
Going on the Innocence still up top, and they don't have the damage to kill him after Metamorphosis runs out. More right clicks from Feed, who used Shackle for a split second, let go of it, and then allowed Innocence to just get through the trees and escape. But bottom lane now, some good pressure on the face.
Oh my god, he needed like 1 CX. Look at that XP. That's nothing. That's a 1 finger of a creep that they needed to chop off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
1 experience away, and now up in the top lane, battery assault. Innocence still running, getting through the trees. He is on the edge and cusp of dying constantly, but still survives again. The pop of salvage as well, and Timber Chain of the Whirling Death. Chalice gets quite low, but doesn't end up dead just yet.
They don't have any regeneration left on the bottom lane, so should be very careful. Also, Faith Beyond going for like a killer type of a build, Timber Chain and Whirling Death. They need to bring some region to the bottom lane. Tidehunter, Sal, and Tangos. If they can somehow kill the courier, that would be hype.
Actually, see this lane spiraling out of control for EHOME.
I'm a bit worried, Bickup, about Ame's game.
Right.
He's playing it the two biggest counters.
Oh, again, Chalice avoiding it this time. Fabian able to back off. Also had X over quite low.
Playing Lycan into Tidehunter, Anchor Smash, playing into Mars Arena, where you can't really cancel, just kind of ruins your hero.
Run around, find the proper opening. Is it a game worth getting? Doesn't look like it. Biting anybody else in this game doesn't feel very value.
No, like you just don't get the value of it.
Ame running under the tier 1, and oof, again, just these heroes living on the edge. But Fate wants to go through the trees and potentially kill off Ame, which
Dire's top
now
tower
forces him to
is
go
under
all the way
attack.
back.
The rotation
in the Grimstroke, but they end up losing Innocence. Maybe they could do something with this, but Jinkyu immediately getting harassed and pushed away. Not really the movement that they were looking for.
Nothing to say will need to be the lanes are not going well for PSG.LGD. Bertol, he needs levels. Now he's got to play 1 versus 1. Has finally 1 point for reactive armor. Once he starts getting the levels, you know, it's going to be easier for him for sure. But until he gets the levels, died once because he needed that 1 experience to be level 2. Get out of the trouble.
At what point in the game does a Timber normally look towards getting that shard? Like, is the shard even good this game? We've been seeing it a lot.
I'm just thinking about the like these first items of the bottles on the Timber Saw, but I guess just want to be able to put some more pressure in the lane. They have a lot of you know, physical.
On a Fabian, and they're trying to get around Jim. Timber Chain whirling death into the tree, trying to escape, sitting low on it. And top. Oh my god. That's going to be an up with the guff and the right clicks. Timber Chain getting more distance. It's a long amount of chase, but eventually we'll see a kill here.
He did not have an axe on. It's gonna be, I'd say, a top optimization for him, where you like want to get the hood since they have some match. I still feel like you need the hood of this year. They're putting into Mars, into Shadow Shaman. There's also a lot of right-click damage. The Lotus Orb is gonna be fired this game against Lotus. Against TB. As the Shadow Shaman, it's gonna be probably his second item. But my man's struggling. I thought it's gonna be a much easier game. Fabian on the bottom lane. One small mistake kind of ruined his early game.
Playing pretty sacrificial at the moment over bottom. Too uncommon with him. Picking up a regen rune as he's got that bottled up, ready to sustain over mid. 41-7 for nothing to say. 34-5 for XM. So that lane looking pretty even thus far. You getting a little bit of a D-word action going on, and I'm trying to clump as best he can. He's sitting 33-8, so not having the worst time in this lane, but you know, the CS is a little bit of a misdirect to where he is in terms of everything towards the top. Coil Arena comes in and trying to get away, but the Cogs, which walks back with the duration of the arena. Well, pops and Illusory or nothing to say, gets a kill on XM, who was having a really good time over mid. Really well done there by Innocence to get those Cogs, because if he's in the arena, I'll just leave and then die.
Yeah, good rotation from both supports.
Radiant's middle
takes a
tower
rotation
is under attack.
with the Dream Coil. They get a kill. And so how's he doing? He's getting close to level 6. Tidehunter already is level 6. Doesn't have too much mana to work with. Tidehunter moved 11 charges.
Looking really bad for Chalice. Look for the body blocks. Goes to the Rapids with the sweep. Okay, that did something to do, but is it going to keep Chalice alive? Fox push him away. look for the stroke of fate, fainting it a couple times, finally lands onto the Tide Hunter, but brought over to a two spoof. They've got the shackle and the anchor smash. Innocence ends up dead to Exnova, who's hitting really hard. Whirling Death coming through on the challenge. Usually catching up to this Tide Hunter who already used that Ravage, so it really doesn't have much to play with, but still surviving as the fleet is active and keeping alive with Tide Hunter. Looks like he wants to turn around, but that was a bad decision as he gets hit by the H-Low. Jinx dies online. He'll end up getting himself a second kill, but the green bullet plays down like it's going to fade. They look over at X-Nova who tries to get another sleep, but won't land it this time. And not a lot of mana to play with. Both within the same, Faith Beyond will back away.
They use that like Ravage right away. EHOME is very good at Hunter initiating with Ravage. Mars Arena, one of the best abilities. Because Stomp still need the levels, but eventually you'll get there, so it's gonna be much harder for LGD to go in and stuff done.
I was surviving thanks to the Morbid Mask.
Morbid Mask, a lot of life deal.
Yeah.
On charges, that really struggled early on with the mana. It's going into heavy right-click damage. That's Phase Boots.
I always love seeing build on team. Man, I play it. That's why I like to watch it, though. When it gets executed right.
Lead sent me B Cup. That's why I always see you spectating the game instead of playing.
It's not entirely false at all. Over mid, Ajit. Great Bam going into the Yasha. No might is queued up.
Top tower is under
God
attack.
being build here. Although he could be going into the sun, doing that, but it looks like just right now it's the Yasha. Let's see where he goes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit of a lead for LGD. This game is much closer. Q certainly setting home up for success. They'll go for the Tide. They've got 4 heroes up in this top lane. They'll look for the sleep. They've got Lucifer in the lead, but Super Chain, no way.
24 stacks. Oh my god, Sweet and Coil.
Yeah, right on top. They're going to turn this one.
Lead them up, boys.
Not even staying on this as the Ravage gets thrown over. They hit the spear on a leg, but that's half testing. So they're going to X-Nova. They also end up with Spade. They'll go after XM trying to get the stars. Slowing down just a bit, but they won't pace near the tier 1 tower. That ends up with 0 kills for EHOME on that.
That was such a big turnover. Timbersaw is insane, bro. Sometimes
Middle tower
it's all
is
it takes,
under
like
attack.
one extra hit. If you don't get it off, like one extra spell, it's just gonna feel bad. That cloak magic wand keeping him alive gets out the good rotation from the buff. I guess we're gonna see that one again. Yeah, Timbersaw, like that hood right now, so that's gonna help quite a lot.
How much minute?
Drops the wards like and a catapult. I think
middle
that's a bit
tower
too much
fallen.
to go in and clean it up instantly.
A little bit of aggravation coming in as they've used Ravage twice. It really hasn't amounted to much, especially that top lane fight where it just completely gets turned. So they want to get themselves a tower, freeze the map a little bit for FPD, and maybe find some success around the map, get some open space to farm, especially the TD who is doing quite well, second in the network. Really opening up some space. He's not going to land Faith Beyond. Now they're really starting to have trouble here with the Timbersaw, and Faith Beyond just turning around. Really
Right
asking them to
now,
fight.
they're like, do we go in again? Like, we bring the numbers. They see the hood.
Radiant's
so
bottom
extra
tower is under
305 magic damage, possibly. Timber running low on mana. What does he bring? A couple of TPs.
Hook shot. Not landing. King. Well combo. Cogs push away XM, but they've got the Hex. The shackle. Super lands on the edge. It's a silence, so no spear. No resistance just yet. Finally, there's the finish.
It's a 4-man rotation. Kill position 5 clockwork. I think PSG.LGD is fine with. Sector 3 done on Lycan.
Dream kill committed. Coming through on the chain. Being swell. Should pop. Should land and should be a kill. Nova ending up dead. They still got some heroes here from the side of EHOME, but there's nothing that they can do to reach them.
Whenever I talk about Shaman, like you need to have good ways
Radiant's
of
bottom
protecting
tower
the hero.
is under attack.
Kite Hunter, one of the best ones for sure. You have EP. It's also going to be problematic this time around. You're playing it to Lightning. No one wants to just stand their ground.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm just going to hit this Necro Warrior. Just try to sleep though, because they're too speedy. Like, if this smash on that.
Radiant structures
saving
are
anything.
fortified.
So Shaman could
Radiant's
be in trouble.
top
Also, like
tower is
playing
under
into
attack.
blocker, into double silence, or block, and intro could be problematic.
Radiant's
I
bottom
like the
tower
build.
is
Come on,
under
coming in.
attack.
Necro
Bottom
3.
tower has
No
fallen.
boots coming into the AC.
Understands that they have a ton of physical damage,
Radiant's
ton of
middle
minus
tower
armor.
is under attack.
Gosh,
Dire's top
easy
tower
aura.
is under
He needs to
attack.
be able to take
Dire's
up the team.
structures are fortified.
I like it better than what we've been seeing with a lot of like it's like that first item Orchid. Trying to use that, like I like this so much
The
more.
auras are always a bit tricky.
Radiant's
into
middle tower
Terrorblade,
is under
you
attack.
get the
Top
reflection
tower
off,
has fallen.
then you have a free aura, but I will not buy any aura items because there is reflection. Hook shot in.
And that will land on Taxfield. The man who can bring call that up. Pretty well diving out of the tier 2 tower. Risky, and Innocent snap. Well,
Dire's courier
he'll get that kill, but he'll end up getting traded. Meanwhile,
Radiant's bottom
goes down
tower is under attack.
the arena was Jinku gets caught out. That was Ravage used. And 3 kills there for EHOME. They finally take a network lead for what feels like the first time this series.
Yeah. Buck going into Dagon. There was one Buck the other day that really refused to buy any defensive tools, and he was playing into either Lion
Dire's
or
middle
Shadow
tower is
Shaman
under
and
attack.
into one Silence, if I remember correctly, because we've seen a lot of games, you know, can't remember everything. But this time around, I would also love to see defensive.
Right.
Just playing into Shaman, what next you're dead.
And no Chalice doesn't have Ravage. Let's chase a little bit. Little damage there.
Radiant's middle tower
Not really
is
the
under
worst thing
attack.
for Chalice. Innocence fainted that shot. Thinking about moving in. Now he's around 2-0. Makes it good. Kulo comes in. Should be able to get the kill there under the Elder Trade. He's silenced up, so no sweep is coming in. They also got the kill on a Fade. So Fade's gets one. Ame gets the other. Now they should be able to have the
Good hook shot. Into the
and back with the caught. That's perfectly lined up by if they win this one, should be able to grab a both of those. They've got the silence on XM, nowhere for him to run. Everybody dead but the Terrorblade, who is just continuing to try and boost up that farm.
So much value. So you
Radiant's
have
top
4
tower
heroes that
has
love to go in.
Yep.
Clockwork,
Radiant's
Lycan,
structures
like
are
even
fortified.
using it on block feels good. Riversoft into that low soul I mentioned.
Radiant's
It's
middle
extra
tower
mana
is
region.
under attack.
It's just great for heroes
Radiant's
that
middle
instantly
tower has
changes
fallen.
it. Sometimes I feel like to listen.
Well, they are. I think so. Our voices go directly to the player.
Discord, whatever they're using.
Coming through to
Radiant's
the
top tower
TV.
is under attack.
Won't continue to chase. I've only had that happen, Neil.
Where pro players opted into your Discord while you were playing a pod.
No, they heard me casting from the lobby.
Oh,
I think
okay.
the settings were placed wrong. They can just hear me. Pretty embarrassing.
I thought someone was joined Discord, like, what up,
No, no,
Beacon? Man, I really like your build.
It was actually WGD Canada, and I was talking about how I really didn't like Dark Will at the time. Just felt super strong to put him out, and all of a sudden I just hear RTZ go, "Yeah, we hate Dark Will too." I'm like, well, I was solo casting. I wasn't expecting anybody to respond. Like, they're like, "We can hear you," and I just left the lobby. Shackle coming in onto Faith Beyond right first as well. The metamorphosis from the TV. Just not gonna be enough. Get the kill there, and we're starting to see maybe some power come in from this Terrorblade now that he's finished off.
Their late game is superior. EHOME just has a much better late game, so PSG.LGD, they need to make stuff done like right
Radiant's
here, right
bottom
now.
tower is under
The
attack.
lineup doesn't really scale that much, even though like Timbersoul's not a safe hero anymore.
Ooh, wow.
That's well,
Exactly where Amen was. The arena as well as the spear. It's a fast-moving chicken, but they've got the shoulder. Going to pick the packages out, and it's a pretty good one. And they should be able to clean up on this. They get the on the Innocents. They're going to got at least one disengagement. Nothing to say, though, with a lot of health and mana to work with. The Loser comes across on a 3. Wayne Rift silences up 2. And it's XM just providing a little bit of help. Avoids the illusory orb.
Avoid the spear as well.
Phase shift, Waning Rift jumping away, and nothing to say. Should be able to survive here. Just Fade dying in Innocence. A lot of people sitting low on both sides.
They need to be able to take out Shaman first before he can get any spells off. There's a good jump. They're still chasing.
Yeah, they want to go in on a Chalice who does not have Ravage. That was just a little bit earlier. He gets out of the tier 2 tower stroke. The fate doesn't land on a Chalice, but they don't want him. They want to get this kill onto the Chalice. They should be able to do so with the silence and the chakram hitting. Faithion moves up Chalice, and they finally get a +1 and higher engagement.
It took them a while to get down that watermelon, but in the end they managed to do so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Finally, slicing through the watermelon. Get the seeds, slice it up, and good dessert. Good bit of gold.
We're using technology in the right
Radiant
direction,
are
making
scanning.
seedless watermelon. This is the stuff that
Radiant's
I want to get. I do not want to go to
bottom tower is
Mars
under attack.
or anything. I just want to use it for simple stuff.
Arena down here with the spear landing onto Ahmed. And they have the control to finish this off. Hook shot comes in. It looks like it's not going to be enough to Ahmed. Happy to turn on the XM. Get himself one. XM falls to Innocence.
It's killing
You finish
time.
off the Lars, and that is a trade I don't think EHOME were expecting on killing.
Now we could see in the previous fight where, like, he goes in, just said, like, chicken running around inside the arena, can't really do too much. I think that he needs a BKB, be able to get out of the arena and focus the right target, so he used that up. Like, big item that Orc and Marble hold that thought.
From Innocence, he just walked up. They try to get the kill here on the Terrorblade. He's low, his Phantom's embraced, but they've got the Hex as well as the Serpent Wards around, and there is the Shack. Stroke doesn't finish with the TV. However, nothing to say, survives here as he's able to win Rift out, and Boss gets the link.
That was so close. Like, if they get the kill, that's pretty big. If Jinju can somehow manage to farm the Aghanim against the Terrorblade, you make a stronger illusion. 50% of the PB. That's the game-breaking axe, like similar to, let's say, once Disruptor gets it. But I don't think we found Philosopher's Stone. So yeah, that's a big bummer for them. Once you get that item, it becomes so much easier to farm the Ags.
It's going to take potentially 2 series to find that Philosopher's Stone. You have the original, and then you have Brotherhood. You get the Philosopher's Stone, and he's looking for that bag. So it's going to be some time until he gets the goal for that.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings and the Philosopher's Stone. Love that movie.
Pulling that on.
I know.
I got really disappointed.
Because people
Radiant's
always
bottom tower is under attack.
Dumbledore and Lord of the Rings, similar
Radiant's
stuff.
bottom
Yeah.
tower is
Dirty
falling.
Dapper falling down. They will be able to take the outpost. I like how Innocence has the position 5 clockwork. Like, you don't give a damn if you die.
Yeah.
So he's just throwing his
top tower
body
is under
out
attack.
there, getting good trades, possibly like saving his teammates' spoil.
On a 50, and they're going to make this move and get the kill onto 1. Now they need to run. Phase shift avoiding sleep. Good job by Nothing to Say to get in now.
Puck going all in on that damage.
Dyer's top tower
very
is
strange.
under attack. Radiant's
Spell
middle
damage
tower is
5%
under attack.
as Veil. Dagon 2. Spell amplification on level 15, so that Dagon's gonna hurt a lot. I'm just worried that, like, if he gets backed or hacked, he might instantly die.
Radiant's
So I would
top
love to see
are fortified.
like a defensive item, either a Lincoln Spear, possibly even
Radiant's
a
middle
BKB,
tower
because
is
they
under
have
attack.
like a ton of magical
Dyer's
damage. They have
top
like
tower is
nothing
under
that goes
attack.
into the BKB.
Sharpness 50 stroke, by the way. He's got nowhere.
It's a good one. Just another spell. Like some heroes have, it just breaks how the game looks. Like if he gets that Aghanim Scepter, then you have one extra spell, Dark Portrait, and the inventory multiple spells.
Yeah. Oh, we see Inko for a while. Do you think it's a good shard out there?
It's a decent one, you know, it's not Juggernaut shard or the old Shaker shard, but it's also not a clockwork shard.
It's not Jetpack.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that would be cool addition to ability draft if you can draft shard.
Radiant are scanning.
Not a bad idea. Roshan, you get back. They're going to be there. They're going to look over to the side. Control with this Tog. The Elder Pack. They get to go next over. He's going to buy back meeting with me. Ravage still available, but he just did the people.
They turn the tide so quickly. 4 heroes already dead. The front of this Terrorblade, and they should be able to get themselves a full team wipe. The buyback coming out from both support. This really doesn't feel great for EHOME at all. A 10k lead for LGD.
Oh man, that execution from LGD is also something that we did not talk about. Is like this Phantom. You get so much value from it.
Radiant's
on the
middle
you can't
tower
crack
is
it
under
off.
attack.
Actually need to hit it, which is a big problem for the Tide Hunter. Doesn't much attack speed. Usually Tide struggle with Black Hole, Shadow Chronos Seers, but this is also something that he doesn't like to do.
Yeah, with him unable to get that Ravage off, that fight just takes a one-sided turn. Elder Titan just fall back. X-Nova needs to get onto the high ground and leave.
Yeah, both of the supporters bought back, and the PSG.LGD
Radiant's
understands like we
middle
need to go
tower is
in,
under attack.
kill the support straight away, especially the Shadow Shaman. I talked about the importance of being able to save Shadow Shaman,
Radiant's
but
middle
they're
tower has
already
fallen.
on top of them with the Aether Book. At Timbersaw, you do not want to ravage Timbersaw, you do not want to ravage the Necro Warriors, not even Clockwork, because they don't have
Radiant's
any
top
like
tower is under
items.
attack.
There's no limitations. That's a bit problematic. PSG.LGD going with the momentum
Radiant's top tower
They
is
know
under
where their win
attack.
conditions are at. It's feeling like Shadow Shaman like we really haven't seen throughout the DPC because it's
Radiant's
super
top
underfarmed.
tower
We
has
usually see
fallen.
Shadow Shamans in some way secure some farm. And it feels like Bait just doesn't really have a game to play with anymore.
It's a tough one for him. We already talked about all the bad matchups. He doesn't really like to play any of these heroes. Got it.
Gets used and it's gonna come through on a feed. They'll get to the Shadow Shaman dip for 7 seconds without buyback. That is just rough to not have that support, especially where LGD are
Dire's
postured. They're
bottom
ready to
tower is
push
under
into the
attack.
high ground and not gonna have your control, your tech,
Radiant's
potentially,
middle tower is
you know,
under
a
attack.
big part of this fight or a big part of this defense for 50 more seconds.
Oh, they're talking. They're killing tier 3 towers. It's going down so quickly. AC plus the Necro unit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's gonna have to start probably Ravage of some
TV's just dead.
Whoa, stroke of fate comes in, and with the help of Face Beyond to get the on Ajit, he doesn't have buyback. This could start simulating the end. Hook shot, it lands, that's out on the other side. They've got silence, and Ravage probably comes in. Only on two. Not going to be enough to really turn this fight.
This might be it.
Block 4, they'll go after the Mars. They've got the BK for Max. The bowler back towards the base, but
has fallen.
man, can he not do much?
They just blew up that Terrorblade. Uses the Grip Stroke ulti over double Dagon on 2 targets. Like even if Terrorblade has buyback there, you don't get like any value from the buyback because you already used the meta.
Now take this bottom set of racks. Mid and bottom gone, and no tier 2 standing. Sometimes you see that tier 2 in one lane, that's lane, but it's not.
Just blink in.
Yeah,
He's dead. Oh, that's one way to throw the game.
it's one way to stop the Mega Streaks from coming out. Back off, they've got themselves Aegis. They can just wait for 50 seconds. So, say back in the game. Might give time for Terrorblade to get the AC that he wants. We'll see. They look to re-engage once again. They've got the spear landing on an Omni, but they cannot get anything done this game. He is getting ripped apart again.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a mid.
Sounds like tree stuff.
No.
Looking at his item, 27 minutes in, it feels more of a... Because I think Tidehunter, he stole his item build. Like, you do not want to go for double Deso. I'm not even kidding.
And usually you get that Dessa when you got a little bit more farm priority on the Mars, right?
Yeah.
Hex onto the Timber, but really not phased by that little active aggression. You should be standing around. You need to be careful about how you approach this ether shot stroke of base activated in and done it. They've got Banahame with shot usage as well. Puck trying to get into this fight as quickly as possible. He's actually smoked up himself, trying to make his way in. Stick of the 2-2, they'll look for the center of racks and go after this tie. They've got Chakraman and Logan. Flying out in at the top, just take Shadow. Blow him up again. Move him up, and a lot of damage. They stop through the double dagging to get the kill there on to X. Nova to look for more. Really put down two of these Metamorphosis top, trying to get the right person. Somebody's so tanky, they just get the kill. Chakraman's on the Hodge, instead of trying to push his way forward and get something done. Hodge falls again, another hit of all GG. LGD will take the series 2-0. And EHOME falls even further down. They've lost another series, and this one goes to LGD.
This is supposed to be as matchup like it, but it made it work. It was like hot. Also, Timbersaw enabling it, creating a lot of space on the map. The like supports made good early rotations, killed the Mars on the mid lane. They made Shadowshun miserable, did not allow him to pretty much play Dota.
They really wasn't able to do anything. LGD looked really solid in that series. They take 2-0, and to break it down a little bit further for you is the panel. Back over to you guys.